We are continuing with the description of Narad Bhakti Darshan. Sutra number 12. Bhavatu Nishchaya Dardhyadurdhvam Shastra Rakshanam. This sutra needs to be understood in the context of the previous sutra. In the previous one, there should be no feedback at all. In the previous sutra, Naradji had said that you don't bother about the Laukik and Vedic karmas. You be concerned with your bhakti. Now the question arises that all these Vedic karmas, they have been prescribed for the masses. Because the masses, the majority, are not endeavoring for God realization. Their goal is the world. It's only a few people who develop this sincere goal that I wish to realize God. So for them, all these rituals are given. Do Shraddh for the ancestors. Somebody who's engaged in bhakti doesn't need to do Shraddh, because he is doing the offering at the lotus feet of God. And when you serve God, you're automatically serving everybody. Yatha taror moola nishechanena tripyanti tat skandha bhujopashakha. Just as you water the root of the tree, the water automatically goes to the fruits, flowers, the twigs, the branches. You don't need to water each leaf separately. Similarly, there are 5 debts or 5 rin described in the Varnashram Dharma of the Vedas. Your debt to the celestial gods who give you the water, the air, the sunlight. Your debt to the ancestors who have given you this body. Your debt to the other human beings who take care of the water supply and the electric supply. Your debt to all the living beings, the earthworms in that farmland, and the birds and the bees, etc. So we have 5 debts, and there are prescribed ways of releasing yourself from all these debts. However, one who engages in devotion to the Lord, who is offering himself to the Lord, is automatically released from these debts. Devarshi bhutaptar nrinam pitrinam na kinkaro nayamrini charajan. So people like you who are engaged in devotion, you don't have to bother. Well, it's now time to do Tarpan or Shraddh. That was a lower dharma. That is why Naradji said previously that you do those karmas that are helpful to your bhakti, that's all. But then the question arises that will this not set a bad precedent for the masses? They will say, all right, that God realized saint is not doing Shraddh, we will also not do it. So there's a danger that it can disrupt society. So Narad, people will ask them, what about the others? You should be careful of the kind of precedent you are setting. Particularly if somebody is a prominent person in society. Like, for example, there was Kumaril Bhatt, who came before Shankaracharya. He was the guru of Mandan Mishra, with whom Shankaracharya had debate. So Kumaril Bhatt, when he came, he was born in India. All of India was covered by the widest philosophy of Buddhism. And Kumaril Bhatt desired to re-establish the Vedic philosophy. So what to do? He went to the Buddhist Gurukuls and he studied from the Buddhist gurus. He learned the whole philosophy. And becoming conversant with the philosophy, then he refuted it and defeated it. And he established the Mimamsa Darshan, making a suitable ground for Shankaracharya to do future work. So he established the Karma Kand of the Mimamsa Darshan and refuted the Buddhist philosophy. Later on, he felt that what I did was with good intention. However, it may set a bad precedent in society because I learned from those gurus and then defeated them. This was a guru droh. It will not be considered bad for me because I was doing it for the sake of God. But if others start following, it will disrupt society. So what to do? So he decided that I must do some repentance or paschatap. So what did he do? He lit a fire of kusha grass. That kusha grass, the kushanal, burns slowly. He lit the fire of kusha grass and he sat down on it. He said, I will now give up my life by sitting on this kusha grass as a repentance. So at that time, Shankaracharya came. Now Shankaracharya wanted to cut his Mimamsa Darshan and establish the Vedanta. In other words, Mimamsa Darshan teaches Karma Kand. Shankaracharya wanted to teach self-realization. So he was told that the biggest Acharya is Kumaril Bhatt. He said, I will go and meet Kumaril Bhatt and defeat him in debate. When he reached there, Kumaril Bhatt was sitting on that kushanal, ready to give up his life, getting burnt slowly to death. Shankaracharya said, I had come to debate with you. Kumaril Bhatt said, right now it's a little uncomfortable to debate. However, my senior most disciple is Mandan Mishra. You go and debate with him. In his defeat, I will accept defeat. Then Shankaracharya went to Mandan Mishra and he defeated him and made him his disciple. He became Sureshwara Acharya. So, the great Acharyas, they are very careful about the precedent that they are setting. It should not create a disruption in society. So, Naradji says that he has instructed you all don't care about unnecessary Vedic karmas. So what will happen to the precedent? He says, don't bother about that. Leave that to the Acharyas. You take care of yourself. When you are a weak swimmer, you think, how can I save myself? You've been thrown into the stream. You don't think of saving two other people. Once you have become expert, then it's all right. You take one fellow here, and you can swim back to the land. But initially, if you tried, you will also drown. That's why Shankaracharya says, Bhavatu Nishchaya Daradhya Durdhvam. Once your bhakti has become solidified, Once your decision is strong about love for God, then you can think about Shastra Rakshanam, about protecting the scriptures. But in the initial phase, you think about protecting your own bhakti. How will you protect your own devotion? Don't think about Jeev Kalyan, about saving the others. Otherwise, what will happen? He says in the next sutra, 13, Anyatha patitya shankaya. He says, otherwise your own bhakti will finish. You cannot copy the great acharyas. These great acharyas, they had the strength to do two things. They could do bhakti from inside and they could do the worldly karma from outside. For example, Prahlad, at the age of 5, God descended for his sake. The Nrsimha avatar took place. That means Prahlad was God realized. But after God came, he said, Prahlad, become a king. Prahlad said, all right, my lord. He became a king and he ruled for 1 manvantar. In other words, he is doing karma yoga, Prahlad. He is in yoga and yet he is a king. He is doing his worldly duties. So that is possible for the God-realized saints. But you are not to copy them. Even in the world, you cannot copy. If somebody is of a much higher level, you cannot think of copying him. Once, the great scientist Einstein, in the last century, he used to travel around America giving speeches. He would be invited to different universities and he would explain his general theory of relativity and special theory of relativity. A driver used to take him to different universities. Now when Einstein would lecture, this driver would sit and hear Einstein. Having heard him speak in 50 universities, he said, Mr. Einstein, I have heard your lecture so often I can give it myself. Einstein thought of a practical joke. He said, let's try it out. The next university he was invited to, he became the driver. And he dressed up the driver as Mr. Einstein. Now in those days, there was no television that everybody was familiar with his looks. So they drove to the university and Einstein got out first. He opened the back door and introduced the driver, Mr. Einstein. So the professors, heads of departments, they took the driver to their seminar hall. He stood on the podium and he spoke for 40 minutes. As he had heard Einstein speak on 50 occasions before that. However, the problem was he forgot that at the end of the lecture there was a question-answer session. Now when the lecture got over, one head of department got up. He said, Mr. Einstein, what you have said is right, but in this equation, if you differentiate it and then polar integrate it, then you'll get this result and not that result. The driver wondered, which language is he talking in? He said, how to save my life from here now? What a predicament. Suddenly he had a brilliant idea. He said, your question is actually very rudimentary. It is so simple that I don't need to answer it. Even my driver can answer it. Now imagine how difficult it is to copy Mr. Einstein. Similarly, you cannot think of copying the God realized saints. We should go in our class. That is why it is said to protect our own devotion. We should first only accept those things that are congenial, that are aiding our devotion. Once Akbar had asked Birbal, teach me the Gayatri mantra. Birbal said, Huzur, I am sorry I cannot teach it to you. Why can't you teach it to me? Birbal said, I am sorry I cannot. Akbar said, I am the king, I am ordering you, teach me the Gayatri. Birbal refused. So when Akbar's insistence was very strong, he said, I will kill you. Birbal said, all right, you come to my house, I will teach you. Now Akbar came to Birbal's house. He was his prime minister. The dinner was served by the servant. Birbal suddenly asked the servant, slap the emperor. The servant was taken aback and shocked. He just stood without moving. However, Akbar got infuriated. He said, what's wrong with you? You have forgotten your position. You are prime minister because of me and you are asking him to slap me. He asked the servant, slap him. The servant immediately slapped Birbal. Birbal said, Huzur, I asked him to slap you, he did not listen. You asked him to slap me, he listened immediately. Why? I was not qualified to give such an instruction. There is a qualification for everything. Similarly, for Jeev Kalyan, for doing welfare activity, there is a qualification. Not everybody can do it. So, Narad Ji says that until you have that qualification, you don't try it. You just bother with enhancing your own devotion and don't bother about Shastra Rakshanam. Leave that work to the God realized saints. Next sutra. Lokopi Tavadeva Kintu Bhojanadi Vyaparah Tva Sharir Dharanavadhi. Now Narad Ji said that the worldly karmas you only do in accordance with your bhakti. Don't bother about everything. Nevertheless, when it comes to the maintenance of your body, you will have to do it. In other words, don't neglect your body.